Okay, T10ers, we're out under the hood of a car, my favorite place. Okay, and we have a drawing, plus we have the ECM connector. Okay, and what we're going to do is disconnect the ECM, which we did, and we also want to disconnect the battery when I'm doing any back probing on the ECM and stuff like that. Okay, and what we are is in 76 and 109 on the technique that I showed you guys, where we take a little copper wire, we wrap it around, we put it in the cavity we want, and then I like to clip the alligator clip to the side of the ECM connector. I've got a bungee cord trying to keep it stable, and again, we have a handless reading here of 2.159 kilo ohms, and the spec for this is cold, and it's certainly within specs, so that's good when it's cold. Okay, so why do I still have a code if my readings are correct? All right, what one would typically do, and if you read the manual, you're going to disconnect the crankshaft position sensor, you're going to disconnect the ECM, and you're going to measure between terminal 1 and 76. It's going to say less than 1 ohm. That's a pretty much standard on any wire on the car. Then they're going to say 2 to 109 with everything disconnected, and that also should be less than 1 ohm. Okay, I measure my crankshaft sensor at the ECM, and that's within spec, but I'm telling you what the fault is. The fault is a short to ground on 109. Okay, if I have a short to ground there, the signal isn't going to come through. It's just going to be shorted, and the ECM's not going to see it. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to disconnect one of my connectors. Okay, at this point, theoretically, I don't know what wire has a short in it, but I'm going to ground, and I'm still getting the same reading. Okay, so that means it's going through the crankshaft sensor to ground. Okay, that's why I get that reading. Now I'm going to go for the other connector. Put it on ground. And now I get less than 1 ohm. Okay, so that proves that that's shorted. Just because your ohms are good at the ECM doesn't mean one of those wires isn't shorted to ground. Hope this is helpful. And then again, never ever use T-pins and poke the ECM. When you do that, I call it a tip, a technician-induced problem. That pin on the ECM will open up, and you could have an intermittent connection. One other thing I wanted to show you, that once in a while it's a problem, but not too often. Always take a quick glance on your ECM pins. If a pin falls down or gets damaged or even falls out, that could also cause a problem. Okay, T10ers, get to those lab sheets and do those cars.